See now, if you are having the two vectors, if they are in the same direction, then the addition is possible. Then my question is then, what else if the directions are different? What else if the direction of two vectors are different, and how to add those two vectors? Let me say if these are my two vectors. This is vector A and vector B. If these are my two vectors, then how to add these two vectors? One is projected in the upward direction, one is moving in towards my right hand. If these two are the two vectors, then how to add these two vectors? In order to overcome this kind of problems, we will be studying some concepts called triangular law. Second one, parallelogram law. And third one is polygon law. So these are the three different laws which are used in order to overcome this kind of additions. Whenever the two vectors are given to you, if they are projected in different directions, then the addition of these two vectors is been possible by using these three different laws. So that is the main use, that is a concept why we are going to study these three laws. That is a triangular law, parallelogram law and polygon law. These laws are mainly used in order to overcome the problem which is faced in adding the two vectors which are projected in two different directions. This kind of addition of vectors is addition of vectors pointed in different directions. This concept of addition of two vectors which is pointed in different direction has come into picture because the vector addition is possible whenever the directions are same. But here if my vectors are like this, vector A and vector B, I need to add these two vectors. Since they are projected in two different ways, in order to add these two different vectors, there are new concepts has been taken into consideration in order to add these two vectors. Those concepts are, first one is triangular The first one is triangular law of vector addition, and second one is parallelogram law of vector addition, and third one is polygon law of vector addition. So these are the three different types of concepts in addition of vectors whenever the vectors are pointed in different directions. So these three laws are being used in order to overcome this problem and in order to add the two vectors whenever they are projected in two different directions. First kind of vector addition if the vectors are projected in two different directions. The first kind of law is triangular law of vector addition, and some people they even name it as triangle law of vector addition or triangular law of vector addition. This can also be written as triangle law of vector addition or triangular law of vector addition. So for this one, let me consider there are two vectors. There are two vectors like this, vector A and vector B, and these two vectors I need to add. In order to add these two vectors, what I need to do is that let me take my first vector A which is denoted by OP, and let it be first vector, and then the second vector should be connected parallel to this one in the same direction, such a way that it should be like your B vector should be connected in such a way that the tail of B vector should be connected to the head of A vector. So now the tail of B vector is connected to the head of A vector. So now this is your vector B, let it be Q. Let this be PQ. The PQ denotes the B vector, where the tail of the B vector is connected to the head of the A vector. The A vector is OA. Then the resultant vector of this one will be OQ. The resultant vector R vector is equal to OQ, that is A vector plus B vector. So this becomes my resultant vector. So this is a simple concept about what is meant by triangle law of vector addition. So this is how the triangle addition vector addition will be done. First, now we have understood what is meant by triangle law of vector addition. Afterwards, we'll try to derive this magnitude of a resultant vector, and also we'll try to derive the direction of the resultant vector. First, the triangle law of vector addition, if they are directed in two different ways, you are supposed to take one vector, and for the head of the first vector, you should connect the tail of the second vector. Then this entire one with this one, if you are connected in this direction, it means that these two vectors are in the same direction now. These two vectors are projected in the same direction, or they are in the same order. They are moving in the same order. Now, if I need the resultant vector, then the resultant vector will be right from here to this point. So that is how you are supposed to make the resultant vector whenever they are whenever they are drawn in the different directions. Statement of this triangular vector. Statement. The statement of this triangular vector goes in this way: if two vectors both in magnitude and direction represents the two sides of a triangle which are taken in same order, then the resultant of these two vectors, the resultant of these two vectors both in magnitude and direction is represented by third side of triangle in opposite order. It means that if this is my two vectors, vector A OP, then vector B PQ, then the third side of this triangle will denote my vector R vector, that is equal to vector A plus vector B, which is nothing else but OQ vector. If you see here, the direction of this OP and the direction of OP and PQ are same. They are in the same order. They are moving in the same order. But whereas the direction of this resultant vector is in opposite to this one. Opposite means, how to understand they are opposite? If both the heads of these two vectors are joining at one place, we can say that both the directions are opposite to each other. If a tail of one vector is connected to the head of another vector, we say that both are in same order direction. They are in the same order. But when the tails or either tails or heads of the arrow marks are connected, we call them as a opposite order. So this is the meaning of what is meant by same order and opposite order. So this is the statement of your triangular law of vectors. If the two vectors both in magnitude, it has OP has got some magnitude and it has direction. If two vectors, A vector and B vector, both in magnitude and also in direction of will represent what? It represents the two sides of a triangle. two sides of a triangle which are taken in the same order, means they are directed in the same order, then the resultant vector of this particular resultant vector of these two vectors is represented by the third side of the triangle, which is in opposite direction to these two vectors. So that is the statement of your triangular law of vectors. So see now, we have taken two vectors, vector A and vector B, which are connected in this fashion. It means both are moving in one particular direction or in the same order. And the third vector, the third side of the triangle will denote your resultant vector, that is R vector is equal to A vector plus B vector. Now let me consider that these two vectors, vector A and vector B, are inclined at angle theta. Then how to consider that one? First, I'll try to drop one line here. Drop one line. The point where it is dropping is D, and let me extend this line up to P. If this is extended, then here at this point theta, at these two vectors, this vector A and vector B, are inclined at an angle theta. Let me consider these two vectors which is having some magnitude and are in one particular direction. And let this one, the angle of this one is alpha. This is alpha. Then if this is the case, from this one you can understand now my new triangle. Now the triangle is, my new triangle is ODQ. From triangle ODQ, I can write it as that, as per Pythagoras theorem. As per Pythagoras theorem, we can write that OQ square equal to OD square plus DQ square. Again, what is this OD? This OD is nothing else but OP plus PD. This OP plus PD will become as OD. So I can write it as here, OQ square is equal to OP square, OP plus PD whole square plus DQ square. So let it be my equation number 1. Let it be my equation number 1. If this is the case, then from this particular triangle, from triangle PDQ, from this triangle, I can take the form of cos theta. What will be the cos theta? Cos theta equal to, we know cos theta as per the trigonometry, we have studied that cos theta is nothing else but it is adjacent over hypotenuse. So now here adjacent is what? PD, and hypotenuse equal to PQ. It is PD over PQ. And in this one, I need to find it out. What I need to find? I need to find this value, PD. Then how to find out PD? Then PD is equal to PQ times cos theta. PD equal to PQ times cos theta. So now from this one we can write that PD equal to, what is PQ? PQ is nothing else but B vector. PQ is a B vector. But here how to write down the PQ? I will be writing only the magnitude of this B vector. Then how the magnitude is represented by mod of B. Magnitude of B into cos theta. Let it be my another equation, equation number 2. So now we have completed one unknown value. Actually I am trying to find out unknown values from this equation, from equation 1, because OQ I know the value of OQ. This is my O and Q, that is R equal to A plus B whole square, A vector plus B vector. And what is OP? OP I know, that is your this one A vector, but PD I don't know. So unknown value I don't know, so I am trying to find out the unknown value. Then again DQ, I need to find out the DQ now, because PQ is known, that is B vector, but these two are unknown. PD and DQ are unknown, so I am trying to find out that unknown from the triangle. Then again from the same triangle, from triangle PDQ, sin theta. What is sin theta, ma? Sin theta is equal to opposite side by adjacent, opposite side by hypotenuse. So that is opposite side is DQ, that is DQ over hypotenuse. What is this hypotenuse? PQ. So this implies my, what I need the DQ. So dq is equal to pq into sine theta. What is your pq? Pq is magnitude of b vector mod b into sine theta dq. This is my equation number 3. So these are the equations which you have got here, 3 equations. Now see now, let us substitute these 2 equations in this one. Before substituting, we know what is this OP. What is OP? OP from the diagram. From the diagram, OP equal to A vector, let it be my equation number 4. And what is this OQ? OQ is equal to R vector, let it be my equation number 5. Now let me substitute equation 2, 3, 4 and 5 in equation 1. If I substitute equation 2, 3, 4 and 5 in equation 1, I will be obtaining a equation called like R square is equal to OP is what? OP equal to A vector plus PD. What is PD? PD equal to B cos theta whole square plus what about this one? DQ. What is DQ? DQ equal to B sin theta whole square. So now if I write it one, you will get it is A plus B whole square, A square plus B square A square plus B square plus 2 AB cos theta plus 2AB cos theta plus B square sin square theta, B square sin square theta. You can see now you are having this B and B common, so you can take it as common. A square plus B square common, it becomes cos square theta plus sin square theta plus 2AB cos theta. We have studied that in the trigonometry, this is one kind of trigonometric identities, which is also called as an Pythagoras identities, which is called as an Pythagoras identity of trigonometry, where the identity of sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. This is equal to 1. So now it becomes as what? A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. So now I can write it as your resultant vector. The magnitude of this vector is given as R vector. That R vector equal to root of vector A square plus vector B square plus 2A vector B vector cos theta. So this will denote the magnitude. So this is your magnitude of these 2 vectors which are connected as sides of triangle. This is the magnitude of 2 vectors. This is how you are supposed to find it out, the magnitude of 2 vectors. The magnitude of 2 vectors which are being drawn in the 2 different directions can be found out by this equation. R vector equal to A vector square plus B vector square plus 2AB cos theta. Here try to put the mod. Everywhere try to put the mod. It is a modulus of these 2 vectors. Here also mod. We have found out the magnitude of this vector, 2 vectors according to the triangular law of addition, vector addition. Now let us see the direction of this vector. The direction of resultant vector. The direction of resultant vector R. How to find out this one? If you take this right angle triangle ODQ, if I take the right angle triangle ODQ here, you can see that this alpha is making an angle. The vector R is inclined with the help of an angle alpha in the direction of vector A. So how to find out this direction? The direction of this one is been found out by tan alpha. Tan alpha, what is the tan theta? Tan theta is nothing else but, as per the trigonometry, it is opposite side by over adjacent. What is your opposite side? That is QD. QD over this adjacent, that is OD. Now here tan alpha can be written as tan alpha equal to QD QD over OD means what? OP plus PD. OP plus PD. So this is your tan alpha formula. Now we know what is QD. QD, we have found out that QD is equal to B sin theta. B sin theta, that is B is the magnitude of that one, magnitude of this side into sin theta. What is OP? OP is this way, magnitude of A, plus what is this one? PD. We have found out that it is a P cos theta, B cos theta, B cos theta. Now you can say that your tan alpha will denote the direction of this resultant vector R as B sin theta. This is a magnitude, B and A are magnitude, A plus B cos theta. So this is your direction of the resultant vector. This is the direction. This is the direction of resultant vector R, and the magnitude of resultant vector R, magnitude is given by root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. So this is a magnitude of resultant vector R. Resultant vector R. So this both are very important formulae in order to deal any kind of numericals while dealing with the help of triangular law of vector addition. So this formula indicates the magnitude of vector R, and this formula indicates the direction of vector R.